Hello, it is me, Militant Ginger. Look, I've got a new angle on life. How's it going? I thought I would try out this new angle today when I was making my little video. It's probably going to make me look super chubby, because you never want to have like the upshot angle. Anyway, why is this car so uncomfortable? I guess my wife was driving it last, because everything is out of whack. There we go. Anyway, today is Wednesday. I am working from home today, and funnily enough, I went out for lunch with a friend of mine, and she was like, when you work from home, do you actually do any work? And it's like, yes, you do. That's why they call it working from home. It's very frustrating, because my wife, I swear, she thinks that when you work from home, it's basically just like a day off. I think you honestly get to a point in your career, if you work for like corporate America, that people just think you don't do anything. I swear my wife thinks I just go and play golf all day or something. I don't even like golf. Anyway, so it's Wednesday. Working from home. It's nearly Christmas time. I had some errands to run today. I had to get all my wife's presents together. And that is a good segue into what I wanted to talk to you about today. So, I read a lot of books and I listen to a lot of audiobooks. And I think this is a really great idea for anybody who wants to get ahead, because audiobooks, especially if you spend any time in the car, listen to some audiobooks, because you get to listen and absorb all that information in time that you'd otherwise just spend, I don't know, drooling or staring out of the window or picking your nose, whatever. So one of the books I read recently was called The 5 Languages of Love. And this is a book about relationships and romance and stuff like that. I find really interesting. And it talks about how every single person has 2 different ways to accept and give love. There are 5 languages of love, and every person has 2 ways in which they talk love, so to speak. They use the languages of love to communicate their affections. I can't remember all 5 of them off the top of my head, because the 5th one wasn't really important, but they are words of affirmation, which is saying nice things like, I love you, you're so handsome, you're so cute, you're so amazing. Physical intimacy, which is not just sex, but sex obviously is part of that, but also just like hugging and squeezing hands and being physically intimate. There's the giving of gifts, giving people meaningful things, and then there is actually doing things for people. And then there's a 5th one, I can't remember what it is. Probably not that important. But it was a really interesting book, because it made me realize that one of the frustrating things in my marriage is Tina and I both spoke different languages of love. So I, believe it or not, I am not actually very materialistic at all. So I really don't give a crap about gifts. To me, the languages of love that I speak are words of affirmation. That is people saying nice things to me and making me feel good. And physical intimacy. Because it's not just that I like sex, although I like sex a lot, but it's also just the hugging and the physical intimacy. I really appreciate that. So those are my ways of expressing love, and those are the ways in which like my understanding of love comes. Tina, on the other hand, my wife Tina, she expresses her languages of love are the giving of gifts, and she is incredibly thoughtful about giving gifts. She gives like the most meaningful, thought out, brilliant gifts every single time. And she also likes, she also speaks the language of doing things for people. And so for her, the way that she feels that I'm expressing my love and devotion to her is by doing things that she needs done. And that can be really stupid stuff. That can be like cleaning the gutters or doing the laundry or whatever, but actually doing things that she wants done is a way that she's like, oh, he really loves me. And the same with the gifts. It's like she expresses her love by giving gifts. She gives really thoughtful gifts, and that's one of the ways in which she expresses her love. And she also believes that when people give her gifts, that you know is one of the ways they're expressing their love for her. So she takes getting gifts really, really seriously. And it's actually, as a husband, it's really kind of intimidating, because, as I said, I'm not really into gifts. So I don't think much of it. So I have to spend a lot of time thinking, like, what is the perfect, meaningful gift for her, and it has to hit all the sweet spots. It has to be expensive enough so she knows that you made a sacrifice to get it, but not so expensive that it's like a ridiculous sacrifice to have got it. It needs to be thoughtful. It can't just be something that, you know, it can't be just something like shiny that you got off the rack or something. It has to be something that's personalized to her. Every single nuance has to be right, and if you get it right, it really means a huge amount for her. But if you get it wrong, then it's almost like an insult to her. So what I'm saying is you can't just go to the petrol station and buy her a bunch of flowers. You actually have to buy meaningful gifts for her. And it's the same with doing jobs. You have to do things for her, and there are things that she wants done, like going to collect furniture or replacing this door or cleaning this or doing this. Those are the way in which she feels that one is communicating love to her. And I think for the longest time we had friction in our relationship because I would speak my language of love to her. So my language of love was give her a hug and a kiss, be like, you're so beautiful, you're so great, I love you, I adore you. And that is not a language of love that she speaks. And likewise, for me, I'm always like, wow, she's super cold because she doesn't want to like touch me or hug me or anything like that. And I'm not going to lie, because she's Italian, she is kind of a hard ass when it comes to like riding you, doing things wrong and stuff like that. So she's not really into the words of affirmation. She's, I guess you would say she's blunt, or she's honest, or she tells it like it is. So it's interesting. She wasn't feeling like I was speaking to her in the languages of love that she spoke, and I felt like she wasn't speaking to me in the languages of love that she spoke. But when you then examined it further, it's like she would give me the most thoughtful, amazing gifts, and that just shows that she did love me. It was just we had different interpretations of it. So the moral of the story is, A, it's a really good idea to listen to audiobooks and read books, but B, that well, hey, if you're in a relationship, pick up this book, The 5 Languages of Love. I'll sling a link to it below. But it really does help, because it really helps like figure out what it is that is important to someone else, but also what it is that how they speak or how they demonstrate their emotional attachment to you. So there we go. It's my 2 cents. I hope you found it interesting. Have a great Wednesday. I will. I'm so sorry. I'm picking up the boys now from school. I will make another video tomorrow, and it's nearly Christmas time. Cheerio.